evening and welcome to Bitcoin Wednesday. I am Brian, your host. Let me bring on my co-host. Let's see if we can get him up here. The world famous Vance. How we doing tonight, Vance?
Good, man.
Hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
All right, great. Let's take a minute and make sure we get this shared on our pages real quick. I got to make sure you're seeing it live. Let's do this real quick. So we're on an hour early tonight because I've got some other things going on and needed to get this show moving. You see me online yet?
Where did you start it? Did you start with you?
All right, let me just make sure that we are.
Yeah, you're on.
You see it? Okay.
Why you still have April bunnies on there? I don't know.
No, that's last week's. That's last week's.
Was that last week's? Sure. Oh, I guess that's all I'm seeing then.
Refresh it and see. Okay, I see it now that we're on. Only me. Okay, I got to change that.
Yeah, only you. I only see you.
I don't know why it starts out that way each time, but okay. That should be on public now, so if you refresh, you should see that.
Yep.
We're live. Live from New York. It's Saturday night. Lose you?
I'm here.
I don't know why it looks like we're frozen a little bit. Maybe we're having some internet issue or something. I look like I'm frozen.
Oh, I'm getting off. I don't like having it up when I'm doing that.
Take you down out of the space. Okay. Yeah, it almost looks like the screen's a little bit grainy on mine, so I'll go down for a second. Okay, and I'm back. I'm gonna bring my live screen up here. I don't know, maybe we're having a couple of difficulties with internet and stuff tonight, but anyways, let's get started. It's a little after 8 o'clock here in the state of Utah, where I am residing, and Vance is in Arizona, so he'll be back with us here shortly as soon as he gets back up again. It's been an interesting week in Bitcoin. We've seen some ups and downs, and we've seen it go from red for quite a few months, and then last weekend it started going up to going green a little bit. And so let's go ahead and see if Vance should get back on here soon. But let me pull up my screen and we'll start going through some of the numbers. Just gonna show my screen only there. Okay. So what we have is Bitcoin up to $6,930. Vance is back on. Let me just pull him up here so we can hear him.
All right. I just reset. I don't know what was going on, but.
Okay. I think it's working all right now. So anyways, I just, I've got up on the screen. I've got the coin market cap and just started to talk about Bitcoin for a second. So it's currently up. It's at $6,930 right at the moment, where last week it was about $6,300 or so, wasn't it?
68.
Or kind of fluctuating. Yeah, kind of fluctuating.
When we did the video, it was 68, but yeah, it had gone down. It had gone down to like 65 and then had bounced back up.
So it's kind of just been doing the ups and downs a little bit, staying in that range, 6,500 to a little over 7,000 sometimes in the last week. I did find it interesting though, as I looked, I've been keeping track from the shows each week, and last week we had a total market cap of $251 billion and a Bitcoin dominance of 45%. And that's been going down the last 3 weeks, 315, 299, and 251, pretty big jumps. So today, as I look at the Bitcoin market cap, it's currently at almost 275 billion. So up 25 billion this week. And the Bitcoin dominance has dropped down to 42%, or just under 43%. So that's good news for altcoins and for the market, in my opinion.
All right. Well, altcoins have been showing green this week, where Bitcoin's still been red. So
right,
that's where you can see the shift of money that's being moved in and out. Unfortunately, Electroneum's in that boat too, following Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. So not a lot of changes in everything, other than as I go down the list, there's a lot of green. I mean, a lot of stuff is in green. So Ethereum's at $430, Ripple at 52 cents, Litecoin's at $116. So it's up a little bit, but still fairly low for Litecoin, I think. Probably still a good buy there, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I actually just got in. I told you earlier, I just got into Ethereum. Put some more money back into Ethereum today, so we'll see. I'm kind of trying to decide what to do with it, where to put it next. So I don't know. I keep thinking Verge. I think Verge has a big uptrend that's going to be coming for it, even though it's already up 3 times.
Well, that is interesting, because
300%.
Verge last week was 3 cents, right?
Yeah, now it's 8.2 cents.
Yeah, 8.4 on mine. So yeah, it's gone up, and yeah, Verge. Verge is one that I bought in the beginning and watched it go from a half a cent up to 22, 23 cents, and then plummet back down. I ended up getting out of it at about 10 cents. So, but it was good. Verge was very good, and if it can continue to grow like I thought the potential was there, it's a great privacy coin. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely got a little bit of room to grow, and it's got a very high market cap though. It's 14 billion, 800 something thousand market cap. So
yeah.
Circulating supply. So there's a lot of coins out there for Verge. So I don't know how high it can really ever get, but
it goes as high as the demand requires it to go. That's exactly the thing. Yeah. It doesn't really matter about the circulating supply. I mean, if we look at, the ones that are up there a ways have been out for a long time though. I mean, and they don't have a lot of supply, but they've had high demand because they've been out the longest. The longer these coins sit on the market, I think especially with Verge, and a situation like Verge where they're going in with token pay, and token pays the new kid on the block that's getting a bank. I think there's a lot of movement to go for Verge in the future.
Yeah, you could be right. They're almost at their max supply. Their max supply is they're about 2 billion away from it. 16,555,000,000. So they're not too far from being at their max supply either. And at that point, you could see it.
The sky's the limit, because now you're not flooding the market with more Verge from mining,
right?
But now it's a finite resource, so there's no more coming into the market.
Yeah, I agree. I think Verge is a good one. I mean, I could certainly see it going back up to 20, 25 cents again. Yeah. That's the case. That's 3 times your money right there. So we missed out in 1 week's time. You could have 3 times your money already. So
yeah.
And so that's let's go back up here for a second. I got IOTA at number 10 at $1.07. What was that last week? Wasn't that around 80 something cents? Or
yeah, it was lower than that.
So it's up a little over 6% today alone. So still, we'll see what happens with it. It's not your typical coin.
Yeah, their 7-day from where we were last week, we were at 96 cents.
96 last week.
Yeah, we were at 96.
Might have been a couple of weeks ago then that it was, because one of these weeks we've talked about
I think
it was in
before
the
that
80
it was
range.
earlier.
Yeah, and everything's starting to pop back a little bit. I mean, there's still things going down a little bit, but things have moved up a little bit as well. So the only thing down is Tether, and it's at 0.99 cents. 99.7 cents.
When things start to drop. Well, that's the thing. When things dip, it goes up to $1.01. And then when things rise, it'll drop down to 99 cents, 98 cents, somewhere, it's the low I've seen. But yeah, it really depends on how the market is, because no one's buying it. They're selling out of it.
Right.
And then when people are buying into it, when the market's dropping, that's when the price goes up a cent. Yeah.
Tether is definitely a good hedge against your bets there, right?
Yeah.
Good place to put your money.
Good holding
when you're not sure. Yes. Yep. So, all right, let's go down a little bit farther. Lisk is at $9.14, and it's up a little bit. It's almost up 8% today. So still a good buy on Lisk, I think. But
yeah,
Steam's at $1.96. Up a little bit. Everything a lot. It's funny, you see a lot of the coins that are up around 6-7% today. So
yeah, and then you get a weird one like Bytum, whatever that one is. I don't know Bytum, but they're up 20% today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
no idea what it is. It's
number 26,
69 cents.
Yeah,
mine says 27. So who's right and who's wrong?
I just refreshed. So
okay, yeah. I just refreshed. So leave it alone. Let's see. Where is
it's at 25?
I've got Bytum at 21% now. Yep.
Yep. But it's number 25 on the list. Okay, so now we're on the same. Yeah.
So they're all pretty. We got a couple of them right there close. Bitcoin Gold and Bytum are in the 720 something million range. So
yeah.
All right, let's get past them. We have some Sia coin. I know that's up almost 8% today. So that's good. Let's keep rising.
Yeah. Coin. What we got?
God, I really got to keep going down. KuCoin shares is up 8.8%. So I was listening to someone the other day talking about Binance Coin and some of these exchanges have their own coins. And there's some different benefits. I think on Binance you get a discount if you own Binance Coin, and so I'm not quite sure how that works because I haven't ever bought any of those. But
yeah,
the Binance exchange has grown and grown, and the coin has gone up as well. So I might have to check out those exchange coins and see what's going on there.
Once those exchanges, Binance is one of the largest exchanges anyway. So, most exchanges do. They're just not ranked on here because they're not high enough in value yet.
So, good way to get those going. ARK is on here at $2.35. ARK is one that I wanted to buy last fall, around $2.35. Ended up going up to $6 or $7 in a very short period of time. So. I like ARK. Kind of it's the it kind of ARKs together the Ethereum and the Bitcoin together. So it's I don't know. I haven't checked on it for quite a while, so I really can't remember a lot about it. But
that's one I never really looked into. I knew you had that one on your list, but that was one I never really looked at that much. Boy, if you down here.
We got Funfair. Look at Funfair. I bought Funfair at a penny, and it's up 20%. I wished I still owned it. Funfair did get up to 20 cents or so, I believe. It had a pretty good rise in it.
Yeah.
Click on that for a second. And it's just, for those out there, it's just kind of a online gaming website and stuff like that. And
that one's not gambling. It's like kiddie games, like.
No, this one's got roulette and blackjack and and
there's one of these that's just the kiddie games. Yeah,
you can actually get on there and check it out and stuff and play and it's pretty fun without putting any money in or whatever. It's just kind of a fun side. But yeah, as I look at Funfair, it looks like it got up to around just under 20 cents. So it did have, and before the market started to come down, that was January 6th, and then the market started going down about that time. So
yeah.
So if market rebounds, that could be that very well could head in the right direction again. So,
yeah.
I liked it. But it's not really a utility coin or anything. It's not really got a big purpose other than to gamble and stuff, online gambling, and which is a big industry. So
yeah.
Electroneum all the way down to 81.
Yeah, and it's even. If you look at the graph there to the side, it's just flat, which is
flat.
Actually, which is, to tell you the truth, that's a really good indicator, because anytime you see stuff that's really flat, I mean, it peaks after that. That's when the bull comes and it starts going up. So that's actually a good indicator that it's not dropping anymore. It's actually just flat, which means there should be increases coming here soon.
Yeah, and if you look at a lot of the other indicators on other coins as well, you watch those that are flat, and then all of a sudden, boom, it takes off.
Right.
And Electroneum kind of did the same thing from 10 cents back in the beginning. It wasn't around 8 or 9, 10 cents, and then all of a sudden, boom,
like that,
jumped up to 22 cents.
And the really reason why, and just so people understand, the reason why for that means it's flat. That means people aren't selling.
Right.
That's why it's flat. People are done selling. No one's selling anymore. And maybe that's to the effect that Cryptopia got their wallets fixed and people stopped selling and got their coin out of there, but yeah, that what that means is people are not selling anymore. So that means that's good. So when people start buying, the price has to go now. They're going to have to start spending more money to get Electroneum. So that price is going to start going up. And
when it does, I hope you all follow not necessarily our advice, but just our recommendation, because Electroneum at 2 cents is a killer deal right now. Right, Vance?
Yeah. Maybe I should move my Ethereum back over to Electroneum.
Yeah, it has major potential. They are announcing, they've announced a lot of great things. They have a patent pending status right now that is really cool and should be a game changer, in my opinion.
That one is. It's the first of its kind. So that's why Electroneum comes up so often, or at least looks so good, is because they're doing something different that has never been done before. That's the same thing with Verge and the connection that they're doing right now as well, is because that's the first time anybody's ever gone and actually gone into a bank with crypto.
Right.
So I mean that's a first. That's what you want to look for when you're looking at crypto. Where do you want to invest, or companies that are doing something that no one else has done yet? Because that's where the game changer starts. That's where the mass adoption will start, because people suddenly go, oh, I can use a bank now to hold my crypto. Yeah, you can. You're going to have a patent now that you can basically convert pay for anything with any type of coin now, which is what the patent Electroneum has. That's a game changer. That's instant transactions, basically with crypto to buy anything anywhere. That's a game changer. These are things you need to be looking at when investing in crypto.
And Electroneum, that should probably be out maybe by the end of this year. Are we thinking?
Yeah, it really depends on how long the patent takes.
Right.
Once the patent's approved, I think that's where it's going to be no holds barred. I mean, they'll have stuff ready to go by then. I guarantee it. They'll have stuff ready to go by then. It's just these patents can take 6 months.
Yeah, they'll release it though. Once it's ready, they'll release it even in patent pending status, because they're still protected. And they feel, there's nothing else out there really. So I don't see them not holding back, waiting for the patent, because the patent could take a while, and that's just because of legal work and time that it takes to issue a patent. So I think they said the back end, they've got a little bit of the back end done, but it should be done or should have a MVP product coming out in the next few months, they hope. So
yeah.
So that's exciting. But yeah, there's great things I think in store for Electroneum. And so I've got my screen up right here. I'm just going to pull that up on the screen and show Electroneum. This is a 7-day, and you can see how flat it is. The 7 days, it's just been just riding that 2-cent line, just barely over 2 cents.
We're in store for some big gains, I think, with this one.
So definitely a lot of potential there with Electroneum. Awesome. Yeah, I think it's been an interesting few months as we've been going through this and seeing the downward pattern. And so it's nice to see that, like I said, the total market cap's up. So obviously someone's been, they've been putting in $25 billion just within the last week. $25 billion has gone into the market.
Right.
And last January, just over a year ago, the whole market was only worth $17 billion. So it just shows how fast the market can grow, how much money can come in a small amount of time. So I think it's exciting that maybe we've reached the bottom. I still wonder if Bitcoin might go down a little bit more. It's just kind of hanging around there, and it might have a little bit more of a drop and then a big bump. So
yeah,
and
it's funny watching reviews out there of guys that are trying to predict what's going to happen. I mean, there's some guys that are using their market charts that they use for stocks, basically, and throwing it into crypto, and they're saying that Bitcoin's going to hit 5,600 before it turns. On the current trend line that it's on, it should hit 56 before it turns. I don't know if that's going to happen just because of the way things look now. The market seems to already started on its turn back. So I'm not really sure. I think, 6,000 I was hoping it wouldn't hit that low, but that was kind of the number in my head based off of what I've heard a lot of reviews and a lot of speculation, of course, was 6,000. We did get close to that. We got down to 6,300. So I think we got very close to that. So I would hope we're out of this bear market and it turns and the bulls come running in. But, it's still anybody's guess at this point, I think. But just the way the market looks today, going through, the coin market cap here, it looks like a lot of stuff starting to turn, which is good news. It's just taking a long time to get there. Right.
And hopefully the thing about cryptocurrency is it's so new that it really is not very predictable. I know people they use their charts for the stock market and stuff like that, and they try to compare because there's no way else to really compare.
Right. Well, they're using their tracking software from stocks to basically look at it in the same way, the same profile, and you can. I mean, day traders do that. That's what they're using, the same software to look at. When it's going to bounce, when it's going to come down, and know when to put their money in and pull it out, especially on the coins that they're trading back and forth. So it does work. It's just that we don't have 100 years worth of data to go back and look at. And you're right, it's still fairly new, and there's only 1% of the world that's actually even invested into this. It's what happens when the rest of the world gets into it. Then you would actually have real true trend lines, just like the stock market does. So that's where you got to look at it. But I mean, we've been around 10 years now. Crypto's been, at least Bitcoin has been out 10 years. So we do kind of know how it fluctuates from year, from season to season, year to year. And we can kind of predict off of that just based off what it's been. But it is very volatile because the more money comes in, the higher it will get. But based off of how it's grown in the past, we can kind of predict what it's going to look like in the future. And to tell you the truth, that's lowballing it.
Right.
From what we've seen, that's actually lowballing it.
The tough thing about predicting it based on Bitcoin's, the fact that Bitcoin's been around almost 10 years is that we can't tell how much money is actually going to come into the market. We're predicting that a lot of money is going to come into the market this year. And so it is tough. And as that money comes in, we will see the prices of all these coins and tokens jump. if money doesn't come in right away, like we're seeing now, you know, for a while, well, we obviously saw the market go from 800 billion down to 250 billion dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as that money starts to come back in, and as some of these countries start to open up again, like China, you know, Korea, and some of these places, as they start to put that money back in again, we'll see the whole market continue to rise.
Right.
So it's a matter of, hey, China, put your money back in. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on over there right now at the moment, but we know a lot of money came out.
Yeah, a lot of money came out. There was a lot of FUD that went on. The country wanted to try and get their hands on a lot of it, is really what it came down to. So they tried stifling it, or at least making it a very manual process, and now they've realized that didn't work. It actually just killed it. So now they're being a little more lenient, trying to let trading continue over there. It's just not as wild, wild west as it used to be, I guess.
Right. Yep. So we just have to wait for the money to come back in, and I think it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to show my comment up here because we need a comment. We've got some people watching, but we haven't, nobody's been leaving comments or whatever. So nobody else has anything to talk about either.
It's just, that's been the issue lately. It hasn't been.
We've been winging it for a couple of months, you know, waiting for the market to rebound and stuff, and so it's been tough going, but we want to stay consistent. We want to be here every Wednesday night, give you opportunity to ask questions and give us your thoughts and opinions on the market. So join in with us and leave a comment so we know you're watching, and we know that you if you've got a question about something, I'd be glad to let Vance answer it for you. So. Join us anytime. What else we got in there? You know, anything else about Electroneum? Any news or good things we've heard?
Not really. I mean, other than the patent, that was the big thing last week. And of course, we know that Els has been traveling around different countries working on some big deals. So hopefully we'll hear some stuff that comes out on those. They have hired in more dev guys, more developers. So that was an official announcement last week too. Yeah, it's just I don't know. And they put some big announcements out last week and nothing much this week, but we're only halfway through the week still. They like to do announcements on Fridays.
And I think it's important to note how big a deal this patent is for Electroneum. They're the first in cryptocurrency to issue, haven't been issued yet, but to get in patent pending status for this, for what they're doing with these transactions and high speed. You'll be able to go to a store, put your, give them your Electroneum, and instantaneously they'll be able to capture that, just like Visa or MasterCard. The retailer does not get the money right away. They've got to wait 2 days, just like Visa or MasterCard, before they get that money. But it has been captured, so the retailer knows they're going to get their money. And that's the difference between, putting your Electroneum in or your Bitcoin or whatever it is and waiting for an hour or two for a transaction to go through. That's never going to fly in the retail environment. And we knew that. So we knew they had to do something. So the software or the technology that they've come up with will allow them to process your Electroneum instantaneously, just like a Visa or MasterCard. But it also enables Electroneum to do this for Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of them that want to have this technology will have to license it through Electroneum. So for the companies, it's awesome for the company. The company should grow tremendously. Now they're just gonna put it out for themselves at first, and get it all, get it going or whatever. And at some point, I'm sure they'll have Bitcoin and all these other ones chomping at the bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
and whether that does anything, like you're saying, whether that does anything for the Electroneum coin price, I don't know. But
right,
it's something good for the company. So that, I mean, there's a quality team here behind this coin.
Right. So, do you have any price predictions for us before we leave?
Price predictions higher than it is now. And in all truthfulness, I'm hoping by this summer we can get into like maybe 30 to 50 cents for electronium. That's where I'd like to be, and then $1 by the end of the year. And what I've seen is stuff as high as, like Fugazi style, $35 by the end of this year, based off of basically what they're doing now. Whether that happens, I don't know. I'd be happy with $1. I would hope to be in the $3 to $5 range. Really, that's where I really want to be. And it may be 2019 before we see that. But Electronium ETN is a long-term hold, plain and simple. It was never one of those that we wanted into for a quick money up, even though we'd like to see that. We've all made money in it. Any of us that bought an ICO, we're still in the black. We haven't lost anything in it. Even if we sold right now, we'd still double up.
We've all more than doubled up, because most of us bought in and got a bonus in the beginning. So most of us realistically got it for under a penny. Yeah,
we were buying at 0.8 cents anyway, and then we were getting bonuses. So I mean, anybody who bought an ICO is fine. Anybody who bought it at its peak when it was at 20 cents, 18 cents. Yeah, you're going to have to hold on, but as long as you don't sell, you haven't lost anything. You haven't lost anything. And you won't lose as long as you don't sell. That's really what it's coming down to, is we're in a hold pattern right now. Wait till the summer. You'll be back to even pretty quick. As soon as money starts coming back into the market, you're going to see that we are in a bull market at that point in time. And when things start moving up, it's going to move fast. Every year this happens. And every year when we hit after second half, even by mid-year, it's jumping. And I think we talked about it yesterday or a few days ago. It was like 1,500%. Every time, at least that was, if we compare it back to 2013, which is kind of, they had an elongated down time in the market at the beginning of the year. So if you want to compare back to 2013, we're kind of in the same situation in comparison from year to year. And in 2013, they did the same thing. And then middle of April, it started to rebound. And by, I think they said end of March, it was June, 1st of June, they were back up 1,500% if you look at the market at that point in time. So that's a huge bull run. So if we're looking at it now, 1,500% would put Electronium at 30 cents. 1st of June. I'll take 30 cents 1st of June. That's fine by me. But I mean that's for just normal coin. That was for just Bitcoin rallying that much. Now we have altcoins in that rally much quicker than
much more
because they have bigger followings than what Bitcoin had back then, and there's more money in it now. There's more money in coin market cap now at 250 or 270 million dollars that we've got, or billion, whatever it is right now. That was back. What did we say? 270?
Sorry,
275 billion right now. Where in 2013, I'd have to go back and look at, but it wasn't. I think it was around $1 billion back then. So I mean, we have a lot more money into it was probably in the millions still at that point in time. I don't think it was even at $1 billion at that point in time. Probably. Still in the millions. But the fact that we hit 800 billion the end of last year, that money will be coming back in. It may take till the end of the year for it to come back in again, but that money is going to be coming back in. And when hedge funds start picking this up and start supplementing their portfolios with it, it's going to be a lot more. That's all I can say, is it's going to be a lot more than $1 trillion.
Oh, I agree. So, and the problem, we don't know the time frame, but I agree. It's going to be more than $1 trillion. It's going to be more than, it's going to get up there. So money's going to keep coming in. And at some point, possibly next January, money's going to flow out. I mean, that's just the way it's been the last 4 years.
It always will. It will flow out in January. And that's where we're telling you guys, Tether coin is hooked to the US dollar. It's backed by the US dollar. So when things start dropping again, the end of December, 1st of January, sell it off and put it in Tether and just hold it. till it bottoms out. And the end of January again, or 1st of February, the market will bottom again. And that's when you buy back in, and you 10 times up, or heck, 50 times up, depending on on where you were able to get out and what coins you're in. Right. I see Bitcoin easily hitting 50,000 by the end of this year.
And there you have it, folks. There's your prediction.
There's my prediction. I think we will be at
$50,000. You heard it right here.
Bitcoin at 50,000 by the end of this year, and I'm sure I'm low.
April 11th, 2018, Vance McKim, Bitcoin at $50,000 by the end of the year. You got your prediction. It only took you 10 minutes to get it out, but you got it.
Well, I was saying my prediction for Electroneum too. So I've got more of that than I do Bitcoin right now. So
I agree. Bitcoin. I mean, last December, January, I was thinking Bitcoin's going to be at 100,000 by the end of this year. Obviously, we've had the market go kind of crazy, and I mean, it could never, it could surprise us, I guess. But I think $40,000 to $50,000 is quite realistic, and most everything we'll see happen the second half of the year, I think. So, yeah. Let me just give a little bit of advice. We're not financial advisors. We don't claim to be. This is just Vance and my journey in cryptocurrency. Some of the things we're doing, some of the coins we like. But if I could give a little bit of financial advice, in the sense that if you bought Electroneum at 22 cents, okay, and you're holding on and you're thinking, man, I got to wait. You might have to wait a little while to get back up there. If you go and buy Electroneum right now at 2 cents, double up a little bit, now you're cost averaging. Look at cost averaging what you bought it for. Okay. So now if I spent $1,000 at 22 cents a coin, and now I put $1,000 in it at 2 cents a coin, which at $1,000, you're going to get 50,000 coins, which is a lot more than you got at 22. Well, now if you cost average that, your price is 11 cents. So now when the market goes up and it hits 11 cents, you're now even. You don't have to wait till 22 cents. At 22 cents, you're making money. You know what I'm saying, Vance?
Right.
So with the price being this low, it's an awesome opportunity. I know some of you bought it in the 20 cent range, 18 cent range, even at the 10 cent range. Buy some more at 2 cents. Now your cost averaging is 5 cents. So when it hits $1, you will have 20 times your money in essence. So just take a look at that. I think it's smart advice. Cost averaging, don't worry about the ones you bought at 20 cents. Get the ones at 2 cents. So you averages out to be 11. So that's just my opinion.
Right.
But hopefully good advice. So anyways, anything else, Vance?
Well, I was kind of looking up a few of the ICOs that I've seen come out. I'm just trying to see. I know a few of them got put on Delta, and I just wanted to kind of check and see where they're at. But it doesn't want to load as quickly as I want here.
A slow internet night in the country. So I just wanted to look up titanium for a second. I know titanium's been doing fairly well.
I wanted to look at TBAR.
TBAR titanium is up 8% today, up to 45 cents. So half of what the ICO was. However, up quite a bit from what it after all the fiasco and stuff that went on with it. I still haven't got my TBARs in Hit BTC. So if you're listening, Hit BTC, please give me my TBARs. I've got a lot of them.
Yeah, you may have to hit someone else up for that, but
so I'm just hanging in there because I know sooner or later they're going to get straightened out. I'm in no hurry to sell it. I just want to have them.
Yeah.
Get them moved over into my wallet.
TBAR right now is up. It's actually at 45 cents. So it was lower than that.
Yeah, it's at 45 cents right now.
Yeah, it was actually at 24 cents at one point in time.
Yes.
when they first converted over from BAR to TBAR, which was, was that like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
It's been a little while. I mean,
I think it's
a
been
month ago, but
almost a month. I think it's been 3 weeks when that first came out. But when it did, I'm just looking it up here on my phone because actually my computer wasn't working. It was a little over. It was like 25 cents. So TBAR was 25 cents when it first released out, and this was almost a month ago. This is 3 weeks ago, and now it jumped up to almost 50 cents, and now it's around 45 cents. So it kind of equaled itself out, and this is unfortunately about 50% red from where people bought at ICO, because it was $1 at ICO. But this is what's called a utility coin, not a privacy coin. They actually do hosting. They do hosting for I can't remember the government agency. It always escapes me who the government agency is.
Better Business Bureau.
Better Business Bureau. So they actually do server hosting for the Better Business Bureau, and quite a few other coins out there. In fact, Electronium moved over to Titanium to do their hosting as well, just because Amazon wasn't keeping up with
I didn't hear that for sure. Is that true?
I thought for sure that's what we had. That was why one of the deals, I guess, that Stellaire, when he was working with Els, was that Titanium was going to start hosting Electronium, so that there was no downtime because of the issues they'd been having with Cryptopia, and then they were same thing with Amazon too. Amazon just couldn't handle the Cryptopia, and Amazon just could not handle the traffic.
Right.
Is what it came down to when Electronium first came out. So that was some issues. So I know Stellaire was actually working with Els to move the hosting over to Titanium. Now, you're right. Officially, I don't think officially you've ever heard that. That's what they said they had in the works. I don't think we ever got an official broadcast that came out after that saying it had been done.
Yeah, I hadn't heard either. So I know it was in the works, but I hadn't officially heard that they had switched or not yet. So. But yes, they do software as a service. They do hosting as a service. They've got a whole great line of products. And I was more than happy to buy in the ICO at $1. I mean, I was convinced that Titanium was going to do very well. And I think it still will do well once it gets past, in case you're listening and you haven't heard, I mean, Titanium's original coin was called BAR, or token was called BAR, and they were hacked. And we believe it's an inside job, but we still haven't heard the news or whatever because they can't really talk much because of an ongoing investigation. But because of that, they made a decision to fork off the blockchain and create a new token called TBAR and give out TBAR to the token holders that have, as of a certain time or whatever, that before the actual hack took place. And so it's kind of been a mess. They've still been straightening that out over the last, it's been over a month now, dude. I can't even remember how long.
Yeah.
So I know we did finally receive some of our TBAR tokens in our wallet, probably almost a couple of weeks ago. So this has maybe been going on for almost 2 months, realistically,
True.
Because it looks like if you look on the TBAR chart, they didn't actually officially get listed on CoinMarketCap until March 26th. So that's only been 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks yet. So,
yeah.
Anyways, so, but that's what Titanium is, and I've got hopes for it. I just want to get my tokens. So,
true.
Anyway,
true. So that's kind of where I was going with this, but boy, I just wanted to bring another one out here real quick. The OLXA coin that we kind of hinted at in the past actually has hit a few more exchanges in the past week or so. So they're actually on a Chinese exchange called OCTAX, and it's a new one I've never heard of, but it's actually a Chinese crypto exchange. It just hit. And is actually trading for 6.9 cents. And you could buy that one. It's still an ICO. You can still go buy that one.
Still buy it for a penny?
And then go put it on that exchange and sell it for 6.9 cents. And the thing is, they were listed on the Dubai exchange 2 weeks ago. I went and looked there when it first hit that exchange, and it was listed at 3 cents.
Right.
So it's still an ICO, guys. You can still go buy this at 0.12 cents or at 1.2 cents is what their current. I'm looking at it right now. So 1.2 cents is what their current ICO was at, and I haven't gotten in to try and buy any lately. I bought some earlier, but
I'm gonna pop this up on the screen so anybody watching can see this. That is crazy.
Yeah, but Octa Exchange, OctaX, and it's paired with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USD on that exchange. So you actually have USD. So I just pulled it up on USD, and it said that the current buy price is 6.9%. Let's look what Bitcoin's going at. I thought
so. It looks like you get 14,000 OLXA coins for $120 right now.
Buy. They have a minimum buy.
Right.
Yeah.
So each 120 you get 10,000 coins plus 40% ICO bonus right now. So 14,000 coins, which equals 1.2 cents. It's actually less than that. 0.12 cents is for 10,000 coins. So with the bonus, you're actually getting it for probably under a penny.
Yeah, with the bonus, you're probably getting under a penny. But anyway, for people that don't know what OLXA is, this company is actually it's a registered German company, German ICO, but they're based out of Egypt. Is where the company's based out of. But anyway, right now, just so you kind of understand, they do what's called a letter of credit. They've got a few different products that are tied to this ICO or tied to this coin. But the first one, basically what you need to know is they do a ICO or not ICO, sorry, a crypto letter of credit, meaning that if you have coins in OLXA or it's supposed to, and this is where it's supposed to be working with basically any crypto out there, you can take that and show them, okay, I've got say 100,000 worth of Bitcoin, but I need a letter of credit because I want to go buy a car or buy a house or something along that line. They do the letter of credit based off of the coin that you're holding, the crypto that you're holding. So that's where this coin came out with, and they had that already done.
And they're even running right now with that, right?
Yeah, they're public with that already,
which is huge.
Yeah, this is something new. This is what I've been watching. Something new. It fills a gap, fills a need somewhere. So right now and it's an ERC20 token, so it is an Ethereum based token, and it goes right into your MetaMask or your IM token account. They do have a new wallet out called Trust Wallet. And so now Trust Wallet is their official wallet that they will tell you to go use, which is an Ethereum wallet. So you can have your Ethereum or any other Ethereum based coin in there as well. So Trust Wallet is what they're using. They're rated really high as far as ICOs are at. Their ISO mark has them 9.4 out of 10. Track ICO has 4.8 out of 5, and found ICO, which basically rates trusted ICOs, they're 9.7 out of 10 on there. So they're really a high rated ICO on this because they had, and here's the big kicker, guys. They had products ready to go before the ICO released. And in fact, it's still in ICO. They're still raising funds, and they've already got it on 3 exchanges that I know of. And it's already trading higher on the exchanges than it does in the ICO. How that works, I don't know, because you can still go buy it in ICO. And I thought that went to the end of April. They could have shut down the ICO already, but very low coin count on this one too. Very low coin count. I think it was like 9 billion. I think what their max coin is going to be is 9 billion coins.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Which in the crypto world, that's actually fairly low.
Yeah.
Right now. So I think that there's a really good chance this one will go up in value quickly after that ICO ends. But I mean, we've already seen that's going. They've got 3 different products that I know of. The second one is they are doing marketplaces. They're doing crypto marketplaces, and they're trying to set them up for one for each country. And they will be franchising those. So someone could go buy Greenland or whatever, someone could buy Sweden, whatever, and it's basically going to be crypto eBay. That's going to be regulated. It will be regulated just like eBay is, but you will be able to accept crypto as payment on this. So they've already got that platform up and ready. They just don't want to take it public yet until the ICO ends. I've actually talked with the CEO on this. And then another thing is they have crypto marketing. They have a crypto marketing where companies can actually start paying for marketing costs, advertising, things like that with crypto. That's their other platform, and that one's already up and running as well. So they have 3 platforms. Cool. Letter of credit, which is a first. So you can actually go buy a house based with your Bitcoin by getting a letter of credit from OLXA to do that.
And that is so huge. That is so huge, guys. Because
supposedly they're on Delta now. They're supposed to be listed on Delta now.
The great thing about that is you can leverage your Bitcoin or whatever it is without selling it. So you can still continue to make your gains with Bitcoin without selling it. So it's huge. It's a little bit similar to, we talked about Salt a little bit. Salt's a lending program as well.
And not to get us confused with like lending platforms like BitConnect. That's different. Right. This is actually lending fiat in real world applications based off cryptocurrency. There's a huge difference there.
Right. So no, that's huge. I cannot believe I didn't realize it was still an ICO even. I cannot believe you can go on right now and buy these coins for 0.008 cents.
Yeah, basically with the bonuses, you're 0.008 cents.
0.8 cents, I should say, but just under a penny. So great deal. Worth $120 at least.
Yeah, and they said at any point in time they can close down the ICO. I think they've said they've already had $2 million invested into the ICO already, and I think they said their hard cap was $3 million, but I think they're at $2 million right now, and they said that $2 million was their soft cutoff. They just wanted to hit that, and they said if they hit that, they may shut it down early. Who knows? But I know they're dang close to that. They were right at the 2 million peak the last time I looked, but their hard cap is 3 million. So once they hit 3 million US invested, they're going to shut down the ICO.
That's pretty cheap still.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
So and it's another penny. It's a penny ICO, but with low numbers. So that's a good one to be able to invest in. I think that one will jump by the end of the year too.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show. That just goes to show, even in a down market, you can still make money on ICOs. You can still make money on ICOs.
And what kind of pay they pay? You can pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, or looks like some other altcoins right now.
I thought they even had Monero at one point too, but I haven't bought in a while. I bought at their pre-ICO, so
yeah. It says other. Let's see. I'm not sure if it says any. Yeah, just says some other altcoins. So very cool, very cool. So awesome. Thank you for that.
Good one to check out. So anyway, but that's for this week. I mean, those are some good products to look at. Like we said, Verge, OLXA, ETN are all good buys right now.
And like I said, the market's gone up 25 billion this week. So is that the possibility that we're on the uptrend? It's quite a bit of money coming in.
We got to look at. I mean, we're coming up on tax week, so next Monday is when taxes are due, and that could have big implications too for crypto, just with money going back in. I've heard 2 different reviews that have said that money has been taken out because people didn't want to pay taxes on it. They took it out while they could before the SEC could find out how much money they had in, and so after taxes they'll throw it back in. But that's one, I guess, idea out there of why another reason why we're down, or at least a contributing factor to why we're down. But anyway, that's another one. So you see a lot of people saying after April 17th, there could be a huge influx of money coming back into crypto just from the U.S. population because of taxes being over.
Well, that's coming fast. That's a week. So
that's a week away.
We will look forward to it, and hopefully we see a lot of money coming in. So if you're interested in crypto, it's still a good buying opportunity. Like we said, there's lots of good coins that are out there that are low right now, and should have the opportunity, should have a good chance of going up, fairly quickly. Maybe it won't be this month, but by the end of the year, you're going to see a lot of improvement on these coins and a lot of money coming in. So very cool. Very cool. Okay. Well, I think that's all I've got for now. I think we wrap it up. What do you say?
That's about it. That's all I've got.
Okay.
That's all I've got right now. So,
well, thanks for joining us, whether you're on here live or watching the replay. We appreciate you joining us. Feel free to leave us a comment on the video or send us a message. We'd be glad to answer any questions or help you with anything crypto related that you might be interested in. So for myself and Vance, we wish you all a great night and a great week, and we will see you again next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock standard daylight time, typically, unless we change it to 8 o'clock. So I don't know. The days are going to start getting longer, so we'll see. But anyways, hope you have a great week. Thanks, Vance. We will see you soon.
All right. Bye.